Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the light heavyweight division. Now entering the octagon is a freestyle fighting expert with a mixed martial arts record of 7-1-0. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 93.2 kilos, 205 pounds. Fighting out of Gresham, Oregon, please welcome Evan Tanner!
So Evan Tanner steps back in the octagon once again. Look out for the thunderous knees. He has proven to be dangerous with the elbows, and he has very good submissions, Mike.
And such an impressive record at 5-1 in the UFC. His only loss to the light heavyweight champion, Tito Ortiz. Evan Tanner now fighting with Randy Couture in Team Quest, ready to get it on.
Now entering the octagon is a submission fighting expert with a mixed martial arts record of 2-2-0. Standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 92.2 kilos, 203 pounds. Fighting out of Brisbane, Australia. Please welcome Chris the Hammer
The Australian stepping into the octagon for the first time. He has good submissions, very traditional style martial arts kick. He is very unorthodox, and he loves to come out like a blaze of fire.
Well, he will try to do it today as he gets set to take on Evan Tanner. Much more experienced is Evan Tanner inside the octagon and in the world of mixed martial arts, but this man, Chris Haseman, has a plethora of experience in rings with 21 victories in its rings competition in Japan, Australia, Holland, and also the United States. So he is used to combat. As we look at the tail of the tape, Evan Tanner and Chris Haseman. Haseman is 2 years older than Evan Tanner. Everything else should not be a major factor. Great to be in Great Britain and set for a wonderful night of action here at the Royal Albert Hall. Larry Landless, our referee,
you ready?
Makes the final checks, and we are set to go light heavyweights.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's rock and roll.
All right, Evan Tanner and Chris Haseman. Unorthodox with the kicks indeed is Haseman.
He came out sporting the Fairtex gear. I wonder if he opened with a leg kick and Tanner returns the favor. And now Haseman.
With both in the black shorts, both look pretty similar here inside the octagon. Tanner the one trying to clinch and take this to the mat.
You know, one thing about rings is in Rings Japan, you can grab the rope and it calls for a break like in, you know, pro wrestling. Here, there's a fence and there are no rope breaks, so this will be an interesting factor if Haseman can handle this.
Well, Haseman making his octagon debut. He is actually a part of the Queensland Police Circuit.
He's working for a guillotine there.
Yeah, he sure is.
And he's trying to sink it. Tanner could be in trouble.
Yeah, Haseman really trying to barrel it on in. Tanner seems to have that chin in okay position still, though, Jeff.
Yeah, he's pulling down on the hands, trying to break the hands loose.
Haseman expending a ton of energy trying to lock this potential guillotine in.
We're good.
And Tanner, he is a warrior. He can take that, get out of those submissions, and be right back up in your face. And he's pulling down on the hands, alleviating the pressure of the guillotine.
So Tanner with Chris Haseman pushed up against the fencing.
There, pops the head out.
Yeah, nice job done by Evan Tanner.
Nice knee. Tanner landing.
Now, it's in these close quarters, Jeff, in which Evan Tanner can do a lot of damage because he loves to bring those knees straight up.
He's done it to many opponents. One that comes to mind is Daryl Golar. He just threw the knees, threw the forearms and elbows, and was able to just dismantle his opponent, which it appears that may be a strategy right here.
And Tanner already strong in the clinch. His only, I would think, improved on those skills, spending time with Matt Lindland and Randy Couture, training with Team Quest now. Those guys excel in the Greco-Roman style.
Yeah, he was self-taught for so long, and you go with a camp like that, you just can't go wrong. Those guys in the Northwest definitely know their wrestling and know their stuff. And Haseman throws his head back through, went for a guillotine temporarily, and lets loose.
Well, Haseman appears to be very comfortable here in his UFC debut. First time inside the octagon, fifth matchup in mixed martial arts. Tanner's really working him here, trying to make him expend more energy.
You know, many people were split. I asked several people who they thought would win. Oh, there's a big right hand by Haseman, and the tables have turned.
He just spun right out and was able to come over the top.
I was saying I asked several fighters who they thought would win this, and it was about a 50-50 split. Despite Tanner, you know, he's 5-1 in UFC. Haseman working the arms in again.
Tanner's got very good physical strength as he's trying to work through Chris Haseman here. Tanner with the Believe on the back of his black trunks.
He's got to watch out dipping his head down that low, because Haseman could easily lift that knee up.
Haseman, as far as fighting other UFC competitors, losses to Jeremy Horn and Matt Hughes in rings, but a victory over Tsuyoshi Kosaka in that same organization.
Look out, Tanner dropped to the ground. He was trying to go for a double leg, and there
finally gets it. Yes, finally gets it.
Now here is somewhere where Haseman is not used to be. So he's in this, up against the cage, and he has got to work out of there. And unlike, as I said, the rings, he could grab the rope if this was in rings and escape. But this time, this is the octagon.
This is where those changed quarters become such a factor. Under 30 seconds remains in round one. This fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Evan Tanner avoiding an attempted guillotine here in round one. And he made Haseman work for him.
Tanner could potentially have him in danger of an arm triangle.
Stop, break easy, go to quarters.
As they break after a spirited round one. So Jeff Haseman, who likes to start fast, went for the choke early, but Tanner was able to withstand.
Hey, you're controlling him great on the ground. Don't be afraid to let those hands and knees go on the outside. You're locking up for the
Once
body,
you get him
lock
turned
up on
into
the
the
hands,
fence,
throw those knees
then you got to bust off of him, right? Pop your shoulder in there and get some gap and throw your punches, okay?
Okay, another big deep breath, control it. You know what you can do, let those hands go. Okay, let's do what we trained for, that's what we came here to do. Turn it up, let those hands loose and follow it up.
Take a look back. He's trying to get the guillotine. Tanner has an arm through and just pops his head out, gets himself out of danger. And look at the whelp on Tanner's leg from that one leg kick. And here's the double leg takedown. Takes his feet completely out from underneath him and ends up in side control.
Thank you.
Evan Tanner.
Chris,
and Chris
circle,
Haseman
buddy.
set to begin round number 2, and a familiar voice
Yeah,
you
you
heard
ready?
in the corner of Chris
Are you ready?
Haseman.
Let's rock and roll.
Longtime UFC champion Pat Miletich working the corner for the Aussie. Will they engage more on their feet here in round 2?
And Miletich was telling him, when you get him up against the fence, swoop him around and start throwing your punches, because Tanner is landing knee after knee, and Haseman has got to unleash and use some of those unorthodox kicks and strikes that he likes to use.
Well, we all wondered what Evan Tanner would do when he hit the crossroads, and that was after the loss to Tito Ortiz. But he has been impressive since, with his victories over Elvis Sinasek and Homer Moore. And he's just trying to continue on that path back towards a potential title shot.
And that was a stiff
Now look, Haseman thought about setting up for the sidekick. We don't see this in mixed martial arts very often. And Tanner has been working diligently to defend a potential sidekick as he engages again there.
Nice left jab. As he rushes him back into the fence once again. I think Haseman is having trouble adjusting to the fence.
How different is it for a competitor the first time they hit the fence?
I would think if I was Haseman and I was used to grabbing the ropes, breaking my opponent, as Tanner gets a double leg takedown. In Japan, there are some promotions where you can grab that. They stand you back up and restart you. Well, that's obviously an advantage for Haseman that he will not have here.
Sure.
Don't let him put you against the cage. Don't let him put you against the cage.
And you hear Pat Miletich in the corner telling Chris Haseman, don't let him put you against the cage where you lose some of your mobility and some of your leverage. And obviously that's what Tanner's going to attempt to do. Close guard being applied by Chris Haseman on Evan Tanner.
Yeah, Haseman is crunched up.
Miletich, be it cornering a very decorated championship or a UFC newcomer from Chris Haseman, is still one of the best in the business working the corners.
Yeah, there's
right now Tanner's starting to tee off. Good shots to the facial area of Chris Haseman. Tanner working out of the guard, and now feeling the momentum starting to shift. He lit him up a moment there.
Yeah, Haseman has a cut on his forehead.
You're doing good, Chris. You're fine. You got a little scratch. It's not even really, it's nothing. Look for your left elbow.
Now you and I
left elbow.
could not
Left
sit
elbow.
there and say you've just got a little scratch. Pat Miletich can say exactly that.
Pat probably knows better than anybody about being in some wars in the octagon.
Let's go.
Tanner trying to break that closed guard. He's got one leg through.
He passed half of
Got
it.
2 on the clock, guys. 2.
Haseman expended a lot of energy, Jeff, in that first round trying to sink in that choke attack.
Watch back. Get on the
He's
side.
trying to.
Get on the side.
Looks as though he's going to work for the left
side
arm,
only,
but
don't
he's
hit the
not going to
back.
get it because Tanner's left leg is blocking the
Bring your
use
left elbow back, Chris, if you want to hit him.
of that submission attempt.
Those are some good body shots being delivered by Evan Tanner to the solar plex area of Chris Haseman.
Haseman lets loose. Now Tanner's got his right arm trapped. That could be bad news for Haseman.
Hit him with it.
There's a knee. Yeah, Tanner now trying to work the left knee into the stomach area of Chris Haseman.
120.
Haseman replacing Vladimir Matyushenko for this fight, who suffered a cut above his eye, required 9 stitches, could not compete. So just being a game opponent on short notice, credit should be given to the Aussie making his UFC debut. Delivered the elbow to Tanner there, although from close distance.
Yeah, Haseman trying to buck him over, trying to go for the escapes.
Tanner's certainly in control of this round number 2.
Yeah, I think that last forearm really hurt Haseman.
Control that arm. Control that arm.
Starting to show a little wear, a little bit of fatigue, ending out this second round.
35 seconds remains now here in round 2.
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Hold it tight.
Tanner's controlling him. You'll see him trying to work. Oh, look out for Haseman.
Watch the arm triangle, Chris.
20 seconds now. The first round was very close, especially with Chris Haseman having the opportunity for submission early. This second round really being dominated by Evan Tanner.
Got 10
Yeah,
on the
it's
clock.
Tanner, there's the full mount.
But just 5 seconds remains in the round, and Haseman does a good job of bear hugging his opponent, because he could have suffered some serious punishment there.
Yeah, I wonder what would have happened if there was about 20 seconds, maybe even 10 seconds left in that round. Got to give that one to Evan Tanner.
Let's give him a sip. Mouthpiece, Chris.
Chris is tired.
Yeah, right.
You got some Vaseline already, Leon? Okay.
He's absolutely knackered. Just get top position now.
Well, everything seems calm.
Doing good, buddy. Doing good. Hey, you got to let your hands go now, all right? On your feet. Whenever he's in your guard, you can bring your elbows back across. So go for the key lock. If the key lock's not working, bring your left elbow or right elbow back across his face and try and cut him. Okay? Here you go. Doing good, brother. Doing good.
So Miletic
Open up
continues
this
with
round.
his
Open up
words
this
of
round.
encouragement towards his fighter, Chris Haseman. And Evan Tanner, very, very strong in round 2. He hasn't tried. He turned the body the one time, Jeff, that side kick that we've seen from the Aussies so often. He tried to set it just one time.
Are you ready?
And it's been said that Tanner has been having people try to sidekick him for weeks so he could mimic the defense. Good combination here.
Oh!
Big right hand by Evan Tanner.
Haseman needs to work off of that fence. Needs to get him out towards the middle. He's being trapped. And he got rocked by Evan Tanner. Miletic telling him that you gotta let loose, you gotta throw.
You know, the one thing about Evan Tanner is he had always had such extreme talent, Jeff. But his focus and sometimes his training habits were questioned. Not since he has moved from Amarillo, Texas, though, to Gresham, Oregon.
I have no question
Man.
he is getting some good training.
Oh, and his cardio just poof out the roof, vastly improved.
Look at those. Oh, that
Those
one
are
hurt.
delivering some serious punishment. Evan Tanner with the forearms. Now, will he be able to pass guard more quickly here in round 3? Took him pretty much the whole round in round 2 to do so. He's already out of half the guard now. He's got his right leg out of the guard of Chris Haseman.
One big factor, Haseman is not used to the forearms, elbows, and closed fists. In rings, it is an open hand type of fighting.
Right.
And once you get socked with an elbow like some of the ones that Tanner's delivering there, you're going to think about what you're doing.
Third and final round, 3.5 minutes remains. Tanner picking up here in round 3 where he left off in round 2, trying to end this fight with a barrage of forearms.
Haseman is desperately trying to cover up and deflect most of those. He's still maintaining the half guard, despite the fact that Tanner is just pummeling him with those forearms.
Tanner, let's go. Use the position.
Push on his face with your hand and then bring the elbow.
3 minutes now remains. Evan Tanner, a pretty quiet guy, but not once he steps inside the gates of the octagon.
Haseman, you see him throwing some knees to the body of Tanner from his half guard. He's keeping a very tight half guard, not letting Tanner get the left leg through. Tanner wants those forearms badly.
Not straight down, Chris.
Oh, he's just trying to work it now. And he does a good job. Wow. Haseman just stepped out of the way right in the nick of time there, because Tanner had brought down that right arm with a lot of power and enthusiasm. Just over 2 minutes now.
Got to think if Tanner gets past Haseman here.
Yeah.
The guy has done so well since that one single loss to Tito Ortiz. He's got to be thinking about Tito.
Well, Jeff, you and I were talking about it. You know, yesterday
full
at the
mount.
hotels, he has the full mount here. The only loss for Evan Tanner in mixed martial arts is Tito Ortiz. And that was a big right hand by Evan Tanner. He's trying to finish things off. He's got the full mount. And this is close. Haseman holding on.
I think here Haseman could be in trouble. There's a big mouse underneath his right eye. A lot of swelling from those forearm shots. Look at Tanner, just props one leg, steps up on one foot, trying to break those arms free.
Yeah, trying to tee off again. And he does.
Come on, Chris.
He's almost done. Is it over? Landless steps in. And there's some big rights by Evan Tanner. The referee right on top. Checking in with the fighter. Is it over? No. Still Tanner trying to finish it.
1 minute.
What guts shown by Chris Haseman.
That
He spun through once.
That had to take energy away, not only from Haseman, but Tanner. He's slowed down. He's got less than a minute to finish this. Haseman just content to hold on.
Wow, what guts.
And that was a hard
right there. The referee right on top of the action. 30 seconds now. See, Chris is trying to spin out of it, Jeff. He spun almost completely around one time, found himself right back in full mount, though.
Yeah, I think Tanner probably thought about going for an armbar, but why risk your position?
Right.
He's winning this fight. You don't want to go for that armbar and have Haseman flip you over and get on top.
He's doing a great job of not letting Evan truly tee off. Now, we've seen him tee off, but we haven't seen, anything come without a break. And so for Chris Haseman to survive the full mount for 90 seconds, he should be credited for such. What a game opponent of Evan Tanner Chris Haseman was. Wow. And once we hit round 2, Jeff, it seemed like another day at the office for Evan Tanner.
Yeah, it seemed to be all Evan Tanner. As Haseman, he got trapped against the fence, then he was finished in the second, not finished, but he ended up getting mounted towards the end. And this final round was very decisively for Evan Tanner.
Tougher than I expected. It's tough.
Tanner saying he's tougher than I expected. And here are some of those shots. Haseman trying to hold on. Larry Landless right on top of the action. Tanner throwing rights and lefts. But there you see him stepping up on that right foot, trying to break the arms free. He does so momentarily, but Haseman waist locks him once again and is able to hold on to the finish of the fight.
I think you're right. I think the shot delivered to Chris in round number 2, Chris Haseman, by Evan Tanner, stunned him and almost welcomed him into the Ultimate Fighting Championship world from the world of rings. And never was he able to come with that same type of vengeance that he had in round number 1. We await the judge's decision, although we know that the decision should go to Evan Tanner in the fashion in which he dominated rounds 2 and rounds 3. Bruce Buffer has the judge's word. We'll throw it inside Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Judge Jeff Mullen scores it 30-26. Judge Cecil People scores it 30-26. Judge Chris Watts scores it 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision, Evan Tanner!
Well, no surprise there as Tanner earns the unanimous decision.
On his way back up the ranks. He's been on a tear, like we said, since the Tito Ortiz fight. Got to be looking at Tito or whomever the champion will be by the time Tanner gets there.
And Chris, who was introduced to the world of martial arts through his father, Mark, a judo instructor, loses to Evan Tanner. And the American ups his record in the UFC to 6-1.